Metal Gear Solid. More like my poop is solid. Hey there, kiddos, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Uncle Frank, and that you are having a great day. And in today's video, I'd like to sit back in my very comfortable chair, relax, and have a little conversation with all of you guys about corporations, companies, and their relationship with and feelings towards you. That's right, you, the end consumer, the guy buying their product. This, as a little preamble and a little apology in advance, this is like my 7th attempt at this video, okay? This video was initially a direct response to a video on another channel made by a spokesperson for a company explaining why a feature of their pre-releases was removed. And they gave a very disingenuous, in my opinion, a very disingenuous explanation for why it was removed that, in my opinion, insulted both the intelligence of the viewer as well as the ability of stores and players and collectors to voice their own opinions. And after several attempts at recording that video, I realized that I can't really talk about that entire situation without going off on a tangent and just airing my grievances with a specific company in particular. So instead, we're going to try to be positive on this channel. I do want to be more positive on the channel. You guys know that I don't like making negative content. I like being the uncle in his garage. So instead of making a specific video aimed at a specific video on another channel, I just want to remind you guys that corporations are not your friend. I know. Surprising for weird car passage just there. It can be hard for some people to accept that. The parasocial relationship of the modern age really does allow for corporate spokespeople to form parasocial relationships with you, the viewer, and convince you that they are your friend and that they are all for the community and all the cool bonuses they give to the community are great and that everyone should just be hunky-dory and get along and hold hands and buy the product. But underneath it all, under the veneer of kindness and generosity and friendship and all that jazz, it's, at the end of the day, a fact that to every corporation on the planet, you are an obstacle standing between them and your money. That's a fact. This does not make corporations evil. I want to make that very clear. Corporations have a job. That job is to get money. They can play nice, like gaming corporations often do. They can play not so nice, like Coca-Cola did once upon a time. And if you want to know what I'm talking about specifically with that, that goes into history lessons, I think, with Coca-Cola and unions and all that wonderful stuff. That can be a history lesson, I think. You guys seem to like my history videos. There is no change made by a corporation to their game, or to how they produce a game, or to how they market a game, that is done purely out of goodwill and proactive love for the community. It just doesn't happen. If they are making a change to a game, it is because they believe in some way that their bottom line would be affected if they do not make that change. If they are removing a feature from a pre-release event, it is because that feature costs them money and not enough people are expressing their demand and refusal to attend those pre-releases if that feature was removed. They are not getting market data saying that they would lose money if the feature was removed. They are not getting market data showing them that they are making money because the feature exists. At the end of the day, plain and simple, the decisions corporations make is for money. Now, sometimes they will make decisions that the community very much wants. Sometimes the community of a game or TV show can be loud enough, vocal enough, that the company believes that they have to make a change in order to appease those voices. This has happened. Other times, the voices can be very loud and almost uniform in their opinion, and the corporation will head forward with their plan because they have market data elsewhere telling them that while there are a lot of people upset over here, there's a lot of not so upset people over here who are willing to buy. The dynamics, the market research these corporations do is extensive. I need that to be very clear. These corporations do not make decisions willy-nilly. No video game company. I know it's easy to forget that companies can make mistakes, but no video game company releases a game without research. Indie projects, not part of the conversation. They're doing passion projects, right? But AAA game devs are producing games that they think the audiences will want. Whether that's true or not is an after-the-fact thing that their market research can be wrong about. They are releasing products that they think people will buy, that people will pay money for. Card game companies are releasing products that they think people will buy, people will pay money for, people will collect, invest, scalp, etc. They will not do these things if there's no monetary benefit, even if that monetary benefit is a loss leader. We've talked about loss leaders on the channel before. Companies will put out products or services that lose them money but gain goodwill or get proverbial feet in the door towards other products that will gain them money. Sample packs with Magic the Gathering Commander decks, for instance, is a good example of a loss leader that costs them a few extra bucks, and it gets people, it convinces people as a nice little bonus to buy Commander decks that they otherwise might not. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has the wonderful extra random cards going in some of their structure decks. Cost them an extra penny to put that in there. The structure decks cost the same. People buy the structure decks just for the chance at the shiny cardboard, right? Individual sellers can add extra cards to the order. That's a loss leader. But it gets people coming back for more orders. If you throw a bulk vintage Pokemon card in there, people get their order 2 weeks later and go, oh, wow, I ordered this that came with a little bonus. Nice, I'll order from that guy again. Loss leaders exist. But make no mistake, they aren't there out of goodwill or love for the community. They're there to make money in some way, shape, or form. That is the cold, hard truth about corporations. They are not your friend. They are not your family. They might want you to be convinced that they are your friend or family, but they are not. They never will be. They are in a business relationship with you, where you get their products and they get your cold, hard fiat dollars. At no point ever should you ever allow yourself to believe that a company is making a decision purely out of love for the community, respect for the game stores, love of mankind, etc. If I want to be very clear, I firmly believe, because I'm a bit of a pessimist on the subject, that if a gaming company believed that it would be profitable to hunt down chimpanzees through the jungle, they would probably do it if they thought they could make money doing it. I'm very pessimistic like that, but I suppose that's a bit too negative. I wonder if there's probably at least one corporate CEO who's trying to convince his workers, hey guys, want to go on a rhino hunt? That probably does exist now that I think about it. There's probably at least one rich guy out there who just really wants to get a company retreat going where all the staff just go on an exotic animal hunt. Fun to think about. He'd be like Saxton Hale, but fat. Anyway, I got a bit off tangent there, but at the end of the day, what I'm really trying to say here is there is no corporation, There's no company. There's no spokesman for a company that is your friend. Now, small indie teams, obviously, they can be making games or producing products for a handful of buddies they care about. Local game stores, hey, those can be your bestest friends. But corporations that have adhered to the cold, hard logic of financial progress, they are machines. They employ people, but they are machines, and they aren't your friend. You cannot be a friend with a machine. Take it from me. All right. That's all I got for you kiddos today. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you agree with me, disagree with me, think I'm crazy, really, really like Metal Gear Solid 3. I want to know. Check out the Discord. Check out the Patreon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.